David Miscavige's irrational fear that body thetans could jump from children to him may stem from subconscious guilt over the harm he's caused to children, such as forcing them into labor and separating them from their parents. This fear could be a twisted psychological defense mechanism where his mind projects guilt and inner conflict onto the children, turning them into symbolic sources of spiritual contamination. 1. Subconscious guilt and projection. Repressed guilt. Miscavige's subconscious may be repressing guilt about mistreating children, which resurfaces as an irrational fear of spiritual contamination. His mind may externalize this guilt by turning children into symbolic threats, avoiding direct accountability. Psychological projection. The fear of body thetans jumping from children could be his subconscious projecting his own guilt and darkness onto the children, viewing them as sources of spiritual danger instead of facing the harm he's caused. 2. Internalized punishment and paranoia. Unconscious desire for punishment. His irrational fears may reflect an unconscious need for punishment, where his mind interprets body thetans as a form of spiritual retribution for his actions. Guilt leading to paranoia. Unresolved guilt can manifest as paranoia, where Miscavige feels threatened by unseen spiritual forces, particularly from the children he has harmed. 3. Auditing and brainwave entrainment. Theta brainwaves and suggestibility. Repeated exposure to the E-meter's brainwave entrainment may have left Miscavige in a state of heightened suggestibility, where irrational fears, such as body thetans contaminating him, become fixed beliefs, amplifying his subconscious guilt and paranoia. Conclusion. Miscavige's fear of body thetans jumping from children to him could be a subconscious manifestation of guilt and internal conflict over the harm he's caused. Rather than confront the emotional and psychological damage he has inflicted on children, his mind could be projecting these unresolved feelings into irrational fears about spiritual contamination. This is likely amplified by the E-meter's brainwave entrainment, which makes him more susceptible to delusional thinking, paranoia, and distorted perceptions of reality. In essence, his own subconscious might be coming after him in the form of these irrational fears, as his psyche tries to deal with the cognitive dissonance and guilt in a twisted, distorted way.
Audiences know what to expect, and that is all they are prepared to believe in.
Do you think this makes a lot of Scientologists paranoid of BTs? It does make some paranoid of BTs. Apparently, Miscavige is afraid to go near children because he thinks that their body things are going to jump onto them. I don't know why he thinks that. Maybe kids are looser on the kids or something.